when no one was there, a rainbow formed in the waterfall's spray as the last beams of sunlight poked through the rocks at the top of the ridge and into the glen. In the first hush of autumn, a leaf drifted by as the last beam of summer spread red o'er the sky, and with never an eye to see it drift by, and so gently alight in the first shades of night. A meteorite, the last of a shower that sparkled and zapped for full on an hour, and nobody saw them and nobody knew till it came to the last shooting star. Did you see that? What? A shooting star? No, I didn't. I was trying to get the fire lit. What about you? Aye, I saw it. Aye, I know you saw it. It's all right. I'll do everything. You just sit there and peruse the sky. The fact that you saw that star means it's a clear night, and that means it's going to get call. It wasn't Think's better off it. I'll get mair wid. Do. The moon was foolish, providing some iridescence in the deep gloaming of the woods. Rustles of fallen leaves, and, in the distance, wolves howled phantasms. Rewilding, huh? They never thought this would happen. Snap! He trod on a large twig and froze, startled by the sound. Snap! An echoing break, quieter but close. He moved cautiously. Unavoidable rustles. More rustles close by. He stood still and held his breath. The moment tightened, stretched across his senses. He could feel presence. Close. He decided. Hello? He whispered. Pause. Hello? Came the whisper back. He ventured. Who are you? And who are you? Came back. Well, come on, I asked for... Then he was struck silent by a realization. And there it was, after a pause. Well, come on, I asked for... It was his voice. He felt slight nausea, but lured by intrigue, he stepped cautiously towards the source of the echoes. Rustles echoed his rustles. Breaths echoed his breaths. Parting some leaves, he saw himself parting some leaves and cautiously coming towards him. Face to face with himself. It wasn't as frightening as he thought it might have been had someone suggested the situation to him. He looked at his other self, and for a moment his other self simply looked blankly through him. Then he saw the look that said that his other self now saw him. Ah, right. He's a bit behind me in time, he thought, almost absently. Then more profoundly, but he is me. Is he thinking the same stuff as me, but slightly delayed? For a moment he thought he should be more horrified, frightened, disgusted, more something. But so many other strange things had happened. He moved to the left. After a short space of time, his other self moved to the right. For a moment this surprised him. He uttered, "Oh aye, of course, it's no a mirror." And then it came back at him from his other self. "Oh aye, of course, it's no a mirror." This made him laugh momentarily, and he thought his other self a bit stupid. He took a step to the right and waited for his other self to come face to face. He looked into his own eyes and waited for his other self to do the same. He twitched and blinked and smiled and frowned. His other self followed exactly. He had already decided that it was some kind of delayed time screen. Tentatively, he put out his hand to touch the screen, touch his other self. Nothing there. Nothing. Just air. The same air that was all around him. Without further thought of consequences, but with a deep breath, he stepped forward into his other self, and right on through, nicking his nose in a low-hanging branch on the other side. There was no change. It was just the woods. The same woods. the mottled moonlight and the sighing of the wolves. He turned to see the back of his other self, but it was just the woods he had walked through. No screen, no other self. He acknowledged it out loud. Aye, it's just the woods. Paused, listening. No echoing voice. Stepping back through the space where he judged the screen to be, he turned, and sure enough, after a few moments, he was once again facing his other self. Nae depth, said the other self. He thought for a moment, and then started singing. Why? We don't know. He just did. Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. He had judged it well. Just as he got to Dormez-vous, his other self came in with Frère Jacques. He was soon caught up in a round with himself. Ding, dang, dong. Ding, dang. Ho! What are you doing? Can you no even get some wood? Ding, dang, dong. Who's that? Who else is here? Ho! What are you doing? Can you no even get some wood? It's some kind of screen that delays time. It's what? It's some kind of screen that delays time. A screen that delays time. It's what? We've got to move, man. A screen that delays time. The wolves are heading this way, fast. We've got to move, man. The wolves are heading this way, fast. Can we get through this way? Aye, what about the stuff at the fire? Can we get through this way? Leave it. It's mostly junk anyway. Aye, what about the stuff at the fire? Oh, leave it. It's mostly junk anyway. Oh. A few minutes later, 5 wolves came panting and snuffling into that space. They heard their pantings and snufflings echoed back at them. Sniffing the air, they could smell familiar presences. Too familiar. Could not understand. Short yelps, semi-barks, echoing back at them. As one, they decided to go no further in that direction and went back to check out the smells and trails around a small sputtering fire they had just passed. Fire they did not like. This fire wouldn't last. Near the screen, an autumn breeze rustled through the browning leaves, the rustles strangely echoing, still when no one was there.